Is that respecting the people?
No, I don't give a counter-revolutionaries are not going to be respected, and I'll fight to defend that. I will fight in the streets, I'll fight here, I'll fight anywhere. I'm going to fight for the revolution, no matter how many conservatives come after me. You can kill me, but there will be 10 more in my place. You all, the conservatives, enemy of people.
This is not normal human behavior. Guys, time and again, we're told that Christians are the hateful, intolerant ones. And for some reason, every single time I come across these clips, it is quite the opposite that is illustrated during these interactions. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to check out this conversation, and you guys let me know who is it that you think is the unhinged one, and who is it that you think is the reasonable, tolerant one.
No, that's all. All right, you know how many people capitalism has killed? Since its inception?
There's more food on the table than anything else. All right, let's talk about how many people atheists have killed.
Atheism killed?
Yep.
Holy sh**. You're the most uninformed mother seen on the planet, and a demagogue.
Really?
Yeah.
Was Mao Zedong an atheist?
Yes. Mao Zedong was the leader of the people.
How many people did Mao Zedong, as an atheist, murder? Good. All right. Roughly around 100 million.
Landowners.
I want you guys to notice something right there. Did you notice how the atheists tried to yell out they were all landowners? Let's just say for the moment that all of the people who were taken out were landowners. How does that justify what was done to them? Remember, this is the very same unhinged individual that said everyone has value because we have a common interest. What he really means to say is we all have value so long as you share his common interest. Those are two very different things.
How many people did Joseph Stalin, another atheist, murder? How many people did Joseph Stalin murder?
20 million.
Okay. So, let's talk about how atheism opens you up to slaughtering people. Why? Why does atheism open you up to slaughtering people?
Now, I'm going to take this moment to slip away to someone who actually got a question very similar to this and answered it in great detail. Because I've noticed this trend where lately, lefties try to bring up this argument of, well, how many people have capitalism and Christianity killed? But when you give them a real answer, they either rant and rave like lunatics or they stomp away in anger. Watch this.
I was wondering where atheism ever comes into play historically. If there's any societies that have had higher rates of atheism, or maybe you have answers as to where it originated.
A lot of people will look at the errors, or the horrors, I should say, of religion, and there have been many horrors of religion. But a lot of times when the atheists bring those horrors up, they ignore the horrors of atheism. There were far more people killed in the last century by millions by atheistic regimes than have ever been killed in the name of religion anywhere. I mean, Stalin killed at least 20 million of his own people. Mao, probably 60 million of his own people. You put the dictators of the 20th century together and you get more than 100 million people dead by atheistic regimes. Now, this doesn't prove or disprove atheism or Christianity. I'm just saying the idea that evil comes from religion is nonsense. What percentage of wars do you think involve religion? According to them, 7%. If you take Islam out of it, it's 3%. In fact, let's just think about the last century. World War I caused by religion? No. World War II caused by religion? No. Korean War caused by religion? No. Vietnam War caused by religion? No. Iraq War caused by religion? No. Saddam wanted Kuwait's oil. You just think about our recent history. They're not caused by religion. They're caused by other factors.
So this kid is talking about the common interest of the people. He says we have an innate interest in keeping each other alive. And that's what gives human beings value, which makes absolutely no sense to me. Because in the same breath, he goes on this unhinged rant about how there's a common interest to keep each other alive, but then states that conservatives are counter-revolutionary and that they should all be extinguished. So do the masses have a common interest or not? Because the masses would include conservatives, and if his insinuation is that the masses are primarily composed of liberals or revolutionaries, as he calls them, he is much further deluded than I originally thought. Now let's approach this from another angle, shall we? Atheists, they love to say that we have value as human beings because at some point we have an interest in keeping each other alive, and that's where our morality supposedly comes from, right? Now, aside from the fact that no one knows when this imaginary conference happened, where supposedly the masses decided this is how we know we have value, which honestly is the stupidest thing I've ever heard, it makes absolutely no sense, and it is completely untrue, and I'll prove it to you right now. Look at your phone and turn on your TV, or listen to the news, doesn't matter. Look at what's going on in these big cities with these carjackings and robberies. Look at the number of people who lose their lives to violence every single day. You have gang shootings, you have people losing their lives over narcotic sales, you have cartels and street vendors pushing chemicals that are costing the lives of thousands of people every single day. And don't even get me started on how much worse it is in liberal-run cities. So if we decided so long ago that we have value because we all have a collected and vested interest in keeping each other alive, tell me, where the heck were the drug dealers, carjackers, and murderers during that meeting? Because they sure as heck didn't get the memo. I'm going to tell you that right now.
So why is a human being valuable? Come on, guys, that's not a hard question.
Wait, is anybody allowed?
We're valuable because God created us, and God gave us innate value.
No, we're valuable because we're human beings and we have an innate value that isn't defined by some ornate religious order. We are defined by our common interest in keeping each other alive. And the only people that want to destroy that are the enemies of the people, and they should be destroyed in a revolution. That's what I'm talking about.
All right? Okay. Fair enough.
Shut the up!
Is that respecting the people?
No, I don't give a counter-revolutionaries are not going to be respected, and I will fight to defend that I will fight in the streets, I will fight here, I'll fight anywhere. I'm going to fight for the revolution, no matter how many conservatives come after me. You can kill me, but there will be 10 more in my place. You all, the conservatives, enemy of the people.
Wait, now, wait a second. Is that respect for people?
Who cares about respect? They want to kill my friends. They want to kill me. They want to kill my family.
Who wants to kill you?
Conservatives and MAGA chuds. That's what I'm talking about. The homophobes.
I don't want to kill you.
Nobody here wants to kill you, sir.
Yeah, maybe not you alone, but you and your MAGA chud friends.
No, sir.
You can't do it.
Do you guys see what being consumed by the demonic forces of progressive iniquity turn you into? This poor lost individual honestly believes that Christians and conservatives are out to end the existence of any and all people that don't agree with them. And even when another man tells him point blank that he's a conservative and doesn't want to end his life, the leftists still insist on telling said conservative not only his state of mind, but the state of mind of all other Christians and conservatives as well. This kind of derangement and paranoia is honestly something that is so foreign to me, and I thank God for that every day. I can honestly say that no matter how much I disagree with progressives, I don't hate them, and I especially don't want to see any of them hurt. Even though I am outright disgusted by things like abortion, I have never once had the urge to physically harm anyone I don't agree with, and I can say the same about people close to me as well. Regardless of how much outrage there may be, look back at the last few years at the riots that the media has tried to disguise as fiery but peaceful or mostly peaceful, protests where people have been hurt or billions of dollars of damage has been done. In every instance, it wasn't the Christians that were responsible, it was the all-loving, all-tolerant left. Sorry if the truth hurts anyone's feelings, but reality doesn't change to suit your ideology. Just here to let you know.
Nobody here wants to kill you.
I'm sorry, why are you spouting respectability politics? That has nothing to do with the actual positions that we're representing. Going for respectability politics, let's lay it all out there.
Sure, I'm not going for respectability politics.
Really? Because you
Instead-
just said a second ago that you don't want people to say a common term in the vernacular. Really?
All right, I'll tell you why. Why don't you ask me why do I object to that?
Why do you object to it?
Thank you for asking that great question. I object to that because I am convinced that sex is a beautiful gift from God, which means to trivialize sex is wrong. I was at the University of Arizona, and a guy raised his hand and said, I like date rape. I said, all right, I understand, but how can you justify date rape? And he said, I justify it by understanding that I have a very high testosterone level. That's why date rape is good.
Yeah, what the
That's a trivialization of sex and of a woman. And to trivialize sex and to trivialize
you're
a woman.
conflating 2 points right there. See, that's
No,
what
I'm
we're
not.
Anyone who watches politicians, this is exactly what the they do. They try to manipulate their speech by like saying a bunch of different things that have nothing to do with each other and try to conflate the other thing in order to make it seem like the other person has that viewpoint. I said nothing about women. I said nothing about the sanctity of sex. I said nothing about it. I said that it's a common vernacular. And the fact that you're trying to trivialize it and you're trying to make it look like I hate women or I hate sex, it's bullshit.
Not the
And you
point.
know it. You're doing it and you know
No,
it.
I'm not doing that. You're lying.
You're
You are lying, sir. You're out of touch with reality. And that's sad.
To finish off, we have to look at Luke 16:10. Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much, and whoever is dishonest with very little will also be dishonest with much. Now let's look at that scripture and analyze that practically. And I'm not even going to name political parties here. I'm going to let you guys go ahead and make the decisions for yourself for who it is that I'm talking about. In the last few years, America was being run by a literal majority rule of one political party, pushing their agenda from the lowest municipalities all the way up to the federal level. Their agenda was pro-abortion, pro-criminal, and pro-homosexuality. They pushed it on social media, on television, they even pushed it in our schools and tried to lie about it. They unleashed idiotic policies like bail reform and allowed repeat offenders to run the streets to commit more crimes and take more lives. They pushed constantly for the ending of innocent unborn life, thousands per day losing their lives unfairly and unjustly. They told you that abortion was a natural human right and that their bodies are not the business of the government, while that very same government was mandating people to take a certain medical treatment. If you didn't get that medical treatment, you lost your job, got kicked out of school, got canceled on social media, and now all of a sudden medical professionals went out of their way to stop asking and tracking whether or not you got that medical treatment. I wonder why. Then you had politicians from that very same party mangling their individual police departments by changing policies where officers could not chase criminals, whether they were in a vehicle or on foot. And in the rare instances where criminals were apprehended, states and district attorneys from that very same political party refused to charge and sometimes even hold those individuals in jail. People in the United States of America literally vote in politicians who hate God and his design. They hate his commandments and they hate everything about him every single day. And then we wonder why the country has fallen apart. Why our children are so far behind in school. Why you have to be worried about going to the store because you might get carjacked. Why the economy is horrible. Why inflation is so high. It is all explained in Luke 16:10. Whoever can be trusted with little can also be trusted with much, and whoever is dishonest with very little will also be dishonest with much. This political party that so many have trusted with so much have been dishonest with much and destroyed our country very much. And the saddest part is you still have iniquity-driven people who are naive enough to believe that our country is better off now under this supposed leadership. Not because it's true, but because for most people it's better to believe a lie than to submit to the authority of God. At this point, it isn't even sad anymore. It's honestly just pathetic. But you guys let me know what you think. Type amen in the comment section below if you agree, and if not, go ahead and leave your comments too. As always, just leave it respectful. Guys, please do not forget to like, click the bell for event notifications, hit that sub button, and most importantly, if you want to become a channel sponsor, hit that join button and check out the trailer. It explains everything as far as each individual tier, and I want to thank you in advance for even considering it. Guys, as always, be safe, be good, be blessed. I will see you guys when I see you, and remember that tomorrow is not promised to anybody, so do not put off a relationship with the Messiah, because if you close your eyes for the last time, you will no longer have the chance. Have a good one, guys.